My child, stop for a moment. What is happening right now is not small. This is not a normal event. I need your full attention. This moment did not happen by accident. These words are not reaching you by chance. Long before this hour came, I planned this meeting. I set it up so my voice could reach your heart. You might think this is just another part of your day. You might feel it is just another message. But heaven does not interrupt your life without a reason. I speak now because an important time has arrived. Listen well. You will see why your spirit felt restless. You will see why your thoughts felt heavy. You felt inside that something was about to change. I chose you to hear this word. I know exactly where you stand. I see your emotions. I know your mind and your spirit. I know what you carry. You have not told anyone about these burdens. I know the silent talks you have with yourself. No other person has heard them. I saw when you smiled for others. Inside, you asked if things would ever shift. That is why I speak with urgency now. Things are moving around you. Your eyes cannot see it yet, but the shift has started. You wondered if silence meant a delay. You tried to survive each day without answers. While you waited, I moved pieces you could not see. Some work begins in a way that is not loud. It starts where human sight cannot reach. You looked for big signs. You wanted proof you could touch. You wanted a dramatic change. But the biggest shifts start in hidden places. They stay there before they come into the open. What you called stillness was not emptiness. What you called delay was not abandonment. I was rearranging things. I moved what needed to move so your next season could open. I healed areas you did not know were broken. I held back things that were not ready for you. I protected what you thought was gone. Things are happening now that you do not understand. Soon, they will be clear. You will see that I was never gone. You cried in secret. You thought nothing changed. Heaven kept a record of every tear. I saw every single one. No night passed where your struggle was hidden. I watched when you were too tired to speak. I saw you look strong for the world. I saw you feel weak when you were alone. I heard prayers that were not full sentences. Your heart was too tired for words. I felt the weight on your chest. You wondered how much longer you had to carry this. You felt no one understood. Even when your pain felt silent, heaven paid attention. I did not ignore the shaking in your spirit. I did not miss the tears you wiped away fast. You did not want people to ask questions. Every hidden cry is part of what I fix now. Nothing you went through was invisible to me. I was there in the darkness. I watched, I kept you safe, and I prepared you. What was stolen in the dark is coming back. Everyone will see it. This is where your story changes. The enemy thought what was taken would stay gone. There were times your peace was gone. Your confidence grew weak. Your strength felt low. You lost your sense of direction. Your own inner voice sounded unsure. Long battles drain even the strongest hearts. You felt like a stranger to yourself. But the struggle in the dark will not stay hidden. What was weakened in private will be fixed in public. Your peace will return with strength. Your confidence will stand again. You will face things that once scared you. Your mind will be clear. People saw you just surviving. Soon they will see your new strength. This change will not need an explanation. It will have my mark on it. Do not leave this message early. The final word has the answer you need. Your spirit must stay still. You must be still to receive what I release. Fear often makes people leave too soon. Doubt makes you stop listening. Pain makes you think the good things are not for you. Stay present with this word. Your heart needs to hear what comes after the pain. Many people know they're suffering. They struggle to accept the end of that suffering. I am not just reminding you of the past. I am declaring a change. Stay with my voice. Let truth push out fear. Let peace replace confusion. Your story did not end where the pain tried to stop it. This is not a promise for some distant day. This is my decision for your life. Some promises take time. But some seasons have a limit. I tell you now that some things around you must end. They no longer have permission to stay. The heaviness you felt does not own your future. The loud fear does not define you. The exhaustion that made you doubt your strength is not permanent. My decision has more power than any voice that said nothing would change. My word is stronger than the memory of defeat. When I decide to restore you, darkness cannot stop me. When I declare movement, delay cannot block me. Listen to me now. This is not a weak hope. This is active authority. Some people saw your silence and thought you were weak. Some saw your delay and thought you had no future. Some believed your best days were behind you. People judged you based on what they saw on the surface. They made fast choices without knowing the full story. But human opinions do not change divine results. The path forward does not depend on who believed in you. It does not matter who doubted your goals or who misunderstood your silence. What is being restored will show its own truth. The exact places where you felt ignored will become the spots where the work is most obvious. This does not happen to feed your pride. It happens so you know that nothing marked with a purpose is ever left behind. Every project started by the divine is finished. There were middle seasons that felt shaky. The road seemed too long. The silence felt like a weight on your chest. Yet the work never stopped. The place where you felt you were breaking beyond repair is where faithfulness shows up best. You might have thought certain bad nights defined you. You might have felt that disappointments chained your spirit or that loss took away your strength. Even in those dark hours, there was a presence. In moments when you wondered if you could keep going, something was being saved inside you. Pain does not kill what was planted. It shows what needs healing. It does not cancel the original plan. Soon you will look back at the chaos. You will see that the things that almost stole your peace were the times you were held most closely. Your hope will prove that you were carried when you could not walk on your own. What looked like a dead end was just a turn. The final word is stronger than the darkness that tried to speak first. Changes are happening now. Your eyes might not see them yet. Your hands cannot touch the results. Your life might not look different today, but the shift has started. It did not start with a loud noise or big signs for everyone to see. It started in places too low for people to find. It happened when you thought nothing was moving. It happened when you wondered if your prayers reached the ceiling. It happened on days when your heart felt stuck. The start of this work often happens in the quiet. Silence protects things while they grow. A seed under frozen dirt has no announcement. No one hears it. No one sees it. But it is alive. It pushes against the earth. It follows its instructions. Some changes are too sacred for the public to watch. While you looked at the outside, heaven moved in the hidden spots of your life. Instructions were given to things that are now preparing to obey. You thought the stillness meant a delay. The stillness actually held the movement. You just could not measure it yet. There are times when movement happens so far down that your mind feels confused. You look for signs in the wrong places. The work had to start where human opinions could not get in. It had to stay away from fear and doubt. Commands were given before you saw any change. Heaven moved before the earth shifted. This is why your spirit feels different. Old thoughts do not fit anymore. Old fears have lost their grip. Even in the doubt, a whisper told you that the old season had to end. That whisper was not a dream. It was the first sign of movement. Adjustments happened before the signs appeared. Trust grows when you cannot see the path. Faith gets stronger while the evidence is still forming. This season proves that a hand is active even when things look the same. Silence was not abandonment. Do not mistake a quiet moment for distance. Being silent is not the same as being absent. Long answers do not mean the answer is not coming. Silence is often a shield. It protects the work from being interrupted. Silence feels heavy when you are tired. It makes old fears sound louder. You may have asked if you were heard because there was no quick fix. But that silence never meant neglect. It meant a bigger work was unfolding under the surface, that I stayed close to you even when you felt alone. I heard the thoughts you never spoke. I was there to hold you up when your own strength failed. You might have felt a void, but I was filling that space with my plan. There are doors open around you right now. You cannot see them yet, but the locks are gone. Some chances started moving before they became visible in your life. Your connections are shifting. Delays that felt like they would last forever are ending. Walls that seemed solid are actually weak because I touched them. You think a door only opens when you stand in front of it. That is not how it works. I unlock things long before you arrive. By the time you see a new path, the hard work of preparing it is already done in secret. Do not judge your future by what today looks like. Today does not show everything that is moving for you. Some answers are closer than your feelings suggest. Relief is entering places where you still expect a fight. What you see now is only a small part of the story. Something is happening. Let that truth settle inside you. Do not let a temporary look convince you that nothing is changing. The roots under the dirt are alive. Heaven has spoken, even if earth has not answered yet. What I start in secret does not stay hidden. The same hand that moves in the dark brings clear proof when the time is right. Do not fear the silence or the slow pace. Stillness does not mean there is no change. I am closer than your doubt. I am more active than your fears. I am arranging things you cannot measure yet. When these changes become clear, you will see that you were already part of the movement while you wondered if it had started. You asked me things in silence. You had questions you could not put into words. You wondered why dark times hit so close to your heart. You asked why I let battles touch the things you prayed for. You felt your peace become fragile. Your confidence felt hard to hold. Your purpose felt far away under a heavy weight. Because you kept reaching for me, I will answer you. Darkness was allowed to touch you, but it never owned you. There is a big difference between a visitor and an owner. You feared that what touched you would define your future. It did not. It never had the final word. Some battles show things that comfort cannot. You have strengths inside you that would have stayed hidden if life were easy. Some prayers only happen when pain pushes your heart deeper. This was not a license for total destruction. This was not abandonment. I watched and limited what came near you. You thought the shaking meant you lost something forever. Loss is not a final defeat. Many of your tears came from the belief that your story changed for the worse. A field looks ruined after a storm. It looks broken and scattered. But the roots stay alive under the soil. I preserved what the darkness could not reach. I will name what was hurt so it can be fixed. Healing happens when we stop hiding the wound. What I name, I restore. The enemy tried to break your peace first. He knew that if your peace shook, everything else would tremble. He did not take it all at once. He used small pressures and sudden letdowns. He used fears that came back when you tried to sleep. The enemy wanted you to think that feeling unrest was your new normal. He wanted you to believe calm was only in your past. But peace is still yours. What was disturbed can be still again. Your peace was not gone, it was just covered by noise. I am removing that noise now. Confidence was also a target. The enemy did not just use failure. He used inner doubt and comparisons. He made you question your own worth. He wanted you to shrink when you spoke. He wanted you to wonder if you even mattered. But confidence is part of your design when it is rooted in me. It is coming back now. This is not pride. It is a quiet strength that does not need approval to stand. Your inner strength was targeted too. There were days you kept working while your spirit felt empty, you felt weak inside while the world saw a strong face. You took care of every job. You did your part and spoke when you had to. But you felt small. The enemy wanted you to think your tiredness was a permanent flaw. He wanted you to believe you were broken when you were just worn out. Your inner strength stayed alive. It just hid under the weight of too much stress. You carried heavy emotions and secrets that no one knew. Now that strength is coming back. Confusion tried to steal your focus. When a person loses clarity, doubt grows fast. Your thoughts spun in circles. Simple choices felt like huge burdens. Your soul knew the truth, but your mind could not hold on to it. This fog was a temporary state. Clarity returns when the voice of truth gets louder than the noise in your head. I am making your inner hearing sharp again. Trust was under attack. You waited for things to happen and they did not. You hoped for a result that never came. This made it hard to trust again. The enemy tried to turn your caution into a wall. He wanted you to believe that opening your heart would only bring pain. But trust is not dead. It is only hurt. I am healing those wounds with care. You can trust again without forgetting the things that hurt you. Your energy matters. Many people do not see how spiritual wars drain the physical body. Tasks that used to be easy now feel like a chore. Emotional fatigue weighs down your muscles. Mental stress steals your joy. I am restoring what was lost. This is not just about sleep or food. It is about emotional life and a fresh spirit. You will feel light again without feeling guilty about it. Energy comes back when you stop carrying burdens that are not yours. If this hits home, write it below. One word is enough. You do not have to explain. I already know, but I want you to say it. I heard the prayers you could not speak. There were times your lips stayed shut but your spirit screamed. Sometimes all you could give me was a tired breath. You had long silences and thoughts that never became full sentences. You do not need perfect words for me to understand. I heard the surrender in your exhaustion. I heard the questions in your stillness. I saw the hope hiding inside your disappointment. Your deepest prayers happened when you were too tired to even try. Your heart stayed turned toward me even when you ran out of words. I saw the wars you fought alone. People saw parts of your life but not the full load. They heard a normal answer while you struggled inside. Some battles are too big for words. You fought hope against fear. You fought trust against burnout. You tried to stay strong while you felt like you might break. These wars matter. It is exhausting when no one knows what you carry. You felt misunderstood by the people close to you. You wanted someone to see your tiredness without making you explain it. You wanted comfort without having to translate your feelings. People only saw the surface. I entered the places they could not see. My understanding never fails. I saw every quiet collapse. I knew when you held it together while a piece of you gave way. I saw you wonder if you could keep going. Nothing broke without my notice. I knew when your smile took effort. I knew when your silence was a shield. I knew when you were tired in your soul. I saw when old memories brought back old pain. I knew when a mean word stayed in your head too long. The darkness tried to tell you that your wounds would shrink your future. Darkness is temporary. It does not change your purpose. Weakness does not cancel what I planted in you. Confusion does not erase who you are. The enemy touched some things, but he does not own you. Peace is coming back stronger. It grows better because it survived the storm. Your confidence will be deeper now. It does not depend on easy days anymore, your sense of purpose becomes more vivid after a crisis. Pressure acts like a forge. It burns away the fluff and leaves a root system that holds fast. Think about those nights you spent alone in the dark. You felt invisible, but you were seen. Every tear and every silent plea reached the throne of heaven. Some of those prayers had no words because the pain was too heavy for language. Even the broken fragments of those thoughts were heard and answered. Many of you fought battles inside your mind that no one else knew about. You felt isolated in your struggle. You believed you were fighting a war in a vacuum. Heaven did not miss a single moment of that fight. The pain that hit you hard also proved how close God stayed. He was there in every hidden hour. When your life felt like it was falling apart, His hand was underneath the rubble. He held the pieces before they hit the ground. The attacks from the enemy are not random. Darkness does not strike by accident. It looks for where your light has the most meaning. It targets the parts of your future that carry the most weight. The enemy wants the things in your spirit that are most valuable. These attacks often happen in a way you cannot see. They try to steal your joy or peace bit by bit. You might not notice the loss until you wake up and feel like a stranger to yourself. Healing starts when we stop hiding the wounds. Silence keeps the injury open. That is why every stolen thing must be named. When a loss is identified, it can be recovered. God names what was taken and restores it in full. Think about the areas of your life that feel empty. Name those gaps. Speak them out loud. When you voice your burdens, the process of return begins. This is not a closing statement. It is a start. The words spoken over you are not a rehearsal. They are a direct assignment. Peace is already on its way back to you. Confidence is rising again. The strength that stayed hidden during your quiet seasons is now moving. You do not have to force this growth. You only need to stay open to it. Some days will still feel plain. You might feel the weight of old seasons trying to settle on your shoulders. Old doubts may sound familiar again. In those moments, recall this truth. Heaven spoke with authority over your specific losses. Your broken parts were held. Nothing you lost was ever beyond reach. You are not just trying to survive. You are moving toward a plan that is already set. A hand that knows your name prepared this path. You are not behind in life. You are not forgotten. No amount of damage makes you unable to receive a promise. You are at the exact point where things turn around. Stay close to this truth. There is more to be said. What started in this hour will continue.